the last several months on an effort to study the potential human rights impacts of the Continental Free Trade Area, the CFTA. So this human rights impact assessment is intended to provide an evidence base for people who are negotiating the CFTA, for civil society groups, to consider in particular the distributional impacts along three areas. One, on agricultural livelihoods and food security. Second, agro-manufacturing, which is also very important because agriculture is a mainstay of many African economies. And the third area is cross-border movement of traders, who most are involved in informal trade, as well as majority of them are women. We feel in these three areas there are vulnerable groups who might not often be the people who are thought of in the negotiation of a trade agreement. And so the work that we've been engaged in engages the potential vulnerabilities that need to be addressed, not only from a distributional point of view, but also from a human rights point of view. So for example, on questions relating to women involved in cross-border trade, we're not just simply looking at questions of freedom of movement and trade facilitation, but we're also interested in the underlying questions that account for their unequal access to resources, the fact that they are more at risk than other actors in the trading framework. And so the question is what types of either trade policy tools or rules or frameworks that could be developed to take into account those potential downsides of a continental free trade area. We have several ideas which we hope the negotiators will consider, including, of course, things such as a non-tariff barrier mechanism that is accessible to informal traders so that they can report barriers on movement across national boundaries, embedding within the CFTA other experiences from the sub-regional trading agreements, the RECs, for example, the simplified trade regime that allows traders trading goods below a certain amount to move across national boundaries with a very simplified document so that they're not blockages at the ports. And much more generally, we're interested in the broader questions of what other mechanisms might exist to compensate and particularly for adjustment costs that might arise in all those three areas for the people who we think ought not to be forgotten. And the final point I want to make is that the commitments that we are using or invoking to make the case for these vulnerable communities are not only in the African Charter on Human and People's Rights or the protocol, the Women's Protocol to that charter, but also in the Agenda 2063, the African Union's 50-year plan, and in several of the other commitments of the African Union, including the Abuja Food Security Summit Declaration, the Comprehensive African Agriculture Development Program, CAADP, and we feel that the intersection of both the rights frameworks and the policy commitments provide a solid justification not to forget the most vulnerable. Thank you.